The idea of vertical gardens has been all the rage for a couple of years. Many of you have tried it. Many of those that you tried have died. Today I'm going to show you a foolproof way to create your own mini vertical garden. It's really simple. The plants can interchange and you can work depending on what your mood is, and it really is easy. So stick with me and I'll show you how to make one of these gorgeous babies. So it might look very shishi and quite sophisticated, but it really is easy to make. And that's the beauty of DIYs. Find the easy ways through. Find what works. So for this, we are going to need one piece of trellis that you can pick up from your local hardware store. And we're going to work with 5 of these. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You can mark it, which we probably should do, so that we don't cut 6 off or 4, because then things don't really go all that well. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. On the edge, we're just going to cut it across there. Right, guys, so let's get cutting. Nothing like power tools to start your day. Okay, pity I don't have to make 2, because I'm really into that cutting. All right, so that's the hardest part of the entire DIY. All right, and we don't need this guy any longer. Now what we're going to do is we are going to do the spray painting. So what I do want to do as well, first of all, is put down some paper so that I am not going to destroy the tabletop. And we only need to spray paint the one side. And remember, there's a front side to trellis and a reverse side to trellis. And please remember this, because I've made this mistake. When you're in such a hurry, you're busy putting this all together, and all of a sudden you're like, what are these things? Well, that's where the trellis is held together. So that is the back side. This is the front side, where there are none of these little puncture holes, all right? And then I do also want to spray paint my little washers, because I don't want this glaring silver looking at me. Okay, so let's put these little babies down here. All right, goggles on, mask on. No, I'm not going to the grocery store. I'm just going to be spray painting. All right, guys, it's dried to touch. And now what we need to do is we are going to put on the rope. So just turn it over. Okay, and then we're going to use the beautiful staple gun and whack it. Right, this guy is going nowhere. And now we're going to start adding on the little baskets. So we can get rid of all of that. And the way we're going to do the baskets is exactly there. 1, we've got our little washer, remember we had that, and that's just to help and give it a bit of extra strength over here going through the plastic. And you just pop it on there, screw it in. Nice and easy. Oh, you beauty, you. There we go, take a look. So you get the idea. And you see why this is important, because if you got a bit too much weight on here, the screw will simply just pull through the plastic. Okay, and you don't want plants going for a free fall. Rightio, let's get the others on. And these are actually used for water plants. So you can imagine it's got all the holes in it. Pop your water plant in and into your water feature. But we found another use for them. Ta-da! Look at that. How easy was that? Looking fab. And of course, that's how it's going to hang. You can see the idea coming together, and so easy. So easy. So let's start with some of the plants. And guys, in terms of plant selection, just work on where you want this guy to ultimately end up. So this is going to be going in a shaded position, not direct sunlight. So we've chosen indoor plants. We've got this little peperomia. When you're choosing your plants to go here, just work with texture. So we've got a narrow leaf over here. So what do we want to go with? Something in a contrasting texture, something with a beautiful fine foliage. So here I've got the rabbit's foot fern. You can see why it's called that. Rabbit's foot fern. It's so soft and gentle. This is called the Valia, and that's its botanical name. Now you can do that. Pop them over the edge there. Nice. And another little fern. This is called a terrace fern. There, and then we're going to go with this other little peperomia. So let's pop him in there. And okay, I've got a Dahlia here, so I'm going to move it across to that side because I don't want that repetition. So let's pop him down here. Okay, and another peperomia in here. Okay, and our last beautiful peperomia in here. Oh man, isn't it fab? Beautiful living wall, vertical gardening, so simple, and you didn't think you could do it. Very possible, very easy. On a scale of 1 to 10, I say it hovers on 1, because it is that easy. In terms of care and maintenance, guys, all I want you to do is watering is most important. Remember, with most indoor plants, you're giving them a good watering once a week. If it's on an outside patio, you might have to increase the watering a little, depending on the season. Food is all important for anything that's in a container. So it's important to use a liquid fertilizer as you would be watering, so you would be feeding. And that you will do whatever the bottle prescribes. And that's normally once every 2 weeks. You don't even have to take them out. You could water them directly in here. So making life nice and simple.